During a crisis, we can still worship God with our limited resources. In the time of the Apostle Paul, the members of the churches of Macedonia were facing a severe financial trial. He said that, in the midst of a very severe trial, their overflowing joy and their extreme poverty welled up in rich generosity. Alongside others, they could partake in the joy of sharing and participating in God's mission, not restricted by their rock-bottom poverty. It was God's gift to them. Many are still experiencing the joy of being generous during times of scarcity today. A pastor of a local church appealed to his church members to bring a special offering for the Christmas Eve service. The donation received would go to an impoverished family of the church. The appeal moved one low-income family who decided to make some sacrifices to participate in this offering. They ate simpler food and even skipped Christmas gifts for themselves. On Christmas Eve, they counted their savings, brought it to church, and dropped them into the offering bag. They joyfully returned home, excited that they could be part of this initiative. Later that night, the doorbell rang, and the church pastor handed them an envelope containing just a little more than the family had brought to church earlier. Whatever our financial situation, we can still experience the joy of giving. This is possible because God has not set a minimum acceptable amount. All can give as much as they were able. This text is an indication that God, in His divine provision, invites His children to give in proportion to the income received. Therefore, when we establish a percentage of our income to be regularly given as offering, if we receive more from God, more we give back to Him. If we receive less, less will be given. And if we receive nothing, also nothing will be returned to God. This week, as we worship God with our tithes and promise, let's taste the joy of proportional giving, God's project for a consistent way to give. May we put our desires last and God first.